I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to Train World TV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here, and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Now, you can find all the links in the description box below or trainworld.com. And without further ado, enjoy today's video. All right, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Train World TV. And it is the last night, sad, bittersweet, but we had a great weekend, and it's the last night of the virtual O-Scale Train World shows that we've been hosting, and it's been 6 crazy nights, as Adam Sandler would say. And we just had a great time. Tons of different manufacturers, lots of product, lots of layouts, influencers, everyone. And the support has been outstanding. So I really appreciate everyone joining this series and just keeping in touch with us and being part of the train community. So I appreciate it. And we already getting lots of comments here for tonight. And tonight, we have an unbelievable grand finale, the closer, Lionel Trains, for a great segment. So I'm really excited about tonight. We really appreciate it. And Mark is saying he wants a #1 foam finger layout, but we'll get to the raffles. Don't worry, Mark, so stay tuned. But let me go around the horn, and Lionel, this is the Lionel team. If you want to introduce yourselves.
Well, I think if you're not new to Train World TV, you probably have hired me by now. But I'm Ryan Kunkel. I'm the Director of Project Development here and Project Management.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Megan Frazier, Project Manager for the O-Gauge Ready to Run set line and accessory line.
That's awesome. And thank you guys and gals for coming on air tonight. We really appreciate you and the Lionel team for being a part of this grand finale episode. And you guys have a lot in store for tonight. And Mike was actually sending me some pictures beforehand. And so I got a little sneak peek, and wow, I am amped up for tonight. I think a lot of our guests tonight are going to be so excited because there's a lot of great stuff.
There really is. This is, as you said at the beginning of this week, this is really sort of the start of train season. Even though some of us get to live it all year long, it's really when things ramp up big time for us here in the fourth quarter. And if you couldn't come to us for the show this time, we're bringing the whole train show to you. So we've got a lot of great product out on the table in front of us here that we'll be showing you later on in a short bit. Everything from our traditional line ready to run sets and accessories to high-end locomotives, and of course a brand new premiere here this week announcement that will be a preview for the Volume 1 catalog next January. So yeah, a lot of great stuff to talk about, lots of beautiful samples, and at this point a lot of what you're going to see tonight is actual production sample and very close to what you should see, and is often already now on its way to you guys at Train World and everyone out there at home. So I think we got a lot to talk about and ready to get started when you are.
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited.
Well, Dave's excited. but before we start a big announcement and get rocking and rolling, I want to get the chat out there really amped up and excited. And Ken Sr., my aunt and my uncle are not in the building, so we're going to do a raffle giveaway, and we're going to raffle off this Lionel exclusive Train World boxcar. So put in the chat. Let's do NLTD for National Lionel Train Day, and then put in the state. So hashtag NLTD and put in the state you're from. And we're going to pick out one lucky winner for this beautiful boxcar. Train World, Lionel, and Angela Trotta Thomas actually made this painting for this boxcar. So really nice, beautiful car. And Mark is saying it is a great car. We're already getting some people entering the raffle. So, wow, they're coming in. So National Lionel Train Day. So hashtag NLTD and the state you're from. And don't forget, National Lionel Train Day for everybody is, hold on, drum roll, Saturday, December 3rd. The first Saturday of every December. Right, Ryan?
That's it.
Okay, that's the one. So put it in the chat, and we're going to pick out a lot of people are excited about this boxcar.
Well, they should be. It's a great looking boxcar.
Without
one of the ones we printed in house for you here in North Carolina.
Yep.
Man, if Ken Sr. is not here, we should keep on giving away the store. So, but very, very nice. So I appreciate everyone putting in the raffles and showing their support for National Lionel Train Day. So that's great. But enough about Train World or me or the raffles. Let's kick it over with Lionel. And I don't know where you guys want to start.
I want to start with you putting my name in for the raffle.
You're eligible, Dave.
Dang it.
But, well, should we start with what's behind curtain number one here, I guess?
All right, fine. It's a CW80. Really?
No, as we tossed out for the first time yesterday, our new big announcement, our Vision Line locomotive for next year's Volume 1 catalog is another rendition of the Union Pacific Big Boy, back with more features and better than ever before. So as everyone knows out there, we introduced a Vision locomotive. It's really a 2-year program, or was started as a 2-year program for us, with an all-new locomotive with new features about every other year. But we've had so many requests over the recent years to go back and hit some of the earlier ones that we had done earlier in the program, or just are harder to find now. And so we've been doing some of those in in-between catalogs. And the all-new Vision Class A from 2022, we'll look at one of those a little bit later. They're on their way to us now. So we're talking about next year's Vision, which will be a re-hit. But not really exactly a re-hit of the Big Boy, because every time we do them, when we can, we like to try and add a little something new, make it a little bit newer. And while this is in production, we're already working on the 2024 locomotive. So lots of things going. But I'm going to turn it over to Dave and let him talk a little bit about some of the great new features that we're bringing back, and some things that the Big Boy hasn't had before.
Yeah, and Ken's got the cam up, so
Good.
If you want to move the camera around while I talk about it, that'd be great. But yeah, this is the re-hit of the Vision Line Big Boy. We did it last in 2014, as you guys remember. And the big Vision feature for this guy was the depleting coal load in the tender, and that is back this time for the 2023 Vision engine. But this is a big upgrade over the 2014 version in terms of our legacy electronics have expanded greatly since then. A lot more features in this thing that have come out since the original was introduced. So, for instance, in 2018, we did the Vision Line Niagara, and that was the first time that the force coupler feature was used, and that is prominently used here also in the Big Boy.
Wow.
So that will detect the drawbar force and change the labor rate and the smoke output and the fuel usage as accordingly. It also has the brand new 4-digit engine addressing feature that works with the Base 3 and the Cab 3 app. The Vision Line Class A from this year is the first engine to feature that, and we're carrying it forward to the 23 Vision engine, the big boy. So with the Base 3 and the Cab 3 app, which will be delivering next year, it will be 4-digit addressable, which will have two-way communication and other features that you guys will see when those come out. This also has other upgrades over the previous version, such as bicolor marker lights, 5 different selectable whistles, 5 different pitch levels of the bell, and all of these do have the road-specific crew talk, road number-specific crew talk, as well as the full complement of legacy sounds, and 4 different smoke units. So you'll have the primary smoke unit coming out of the stacks, secondary smoke unit as the whistle there you can see on camera, and then 2 more smoke units. One is the blow down down under the cab, as well as the safety valves there you can see on camera as well.
Blow down.
Yep, blow down actually comes down right here on both sides of the locomotive. And all of the switches are up here under the hatch, the sand dome, I mean. I have no fingernails to get it, but there we go. So you got 6 different control switches under there, plus 2 plugs. That's where you fill 2 of the smoke units. And then the other smoke units filled up right from the stack. So pretty cool stuff. And then obviously the depleting coal load was the big boy's main feature. So as the locomotive is operated around your layout, the coal slowly depletes or goes down. It is a rubber molded coal load, and we have a very high gear ratio gearbox in there that slowly pulls that coal load down to simulate the effect. And then you can hit and hold the reset button using a cab controller, and that will do the refill sequence. So not only will the coal load come back up, but you'll also get the sound of the coal being filled and then the dialogue that goes along with it. So pretty neat, huh? Ryan, there's another new feature we're doing for the big boy I don't think we've ever done before, and that is the elephant ears, huh?
That's right. We've got several SKUs coming this year and some road number specific detailing options as well. The 4019, which we have here in front of us, was the only big boy that got the elephant ears, and they didn't last very long. But they experimented with them and then found they really didn't do that much on these, I believe. So they pulled them back off. But we had never done that before, so we wanted to give that a try. And it had those while it still had the early after coolers on the Pilot. So we'll be doing versions with and without those as well. Some of the road numbers we are repeating from the first round of Vision engines, which was hard to believe, but 9 years ago now already in 2014. And if we had the after coolers on those, we'll build this run without them. So down the road, years down the road, when you're at a train show looking at one of these things on a shelf somewhere, you can have an easier identification of which version it was. But we also have some new numbers that we hadn't done in the past. We're going to do 2 different Greyhound schemes as well, one with the yellow striping and one with the almost all gray, but the silver stripe.
Yep.
So we've got 2 of those variations. I think all told, there's about 8 different SKUs.
Yep.
We are going to bring back the 4014 as both a coal-fired engine with the depleting coal load and the current excursion version with the oil tender. Obviously, that won't have the depleting coal load in it, but it'll have everything else that you see on here. And when we last produced that about 2 or 3 years ago now, we made that basically just a legacy locomotive. It had stack and whistle smoke, had the 3-speaker sound system because it was already designed for that, but we had left out all the extra smoke features, the force coupler, and so forth. So this really gives you the best of all worlds and really the most features we've packed in a big boy yet to date.
Yes. Don't make me fit more in it, please.
Well, you know I'm going to try.
I know you are.
That's amazing. And I know a lot of people went crazy for that depleting coal load feature. Like that was the coolest thing, innovated, different, unique. No one's ever done that before. So this to have that feature is going to be awesome. I'm really excited for that.
Well, as Dave was mentioning, I think what's really cool about it is it's not just that the coal goes down and comes back up again. It's that with the legacy system, the depletion of the coal is the ratio for that, and the speed of that is all timed to how hard you're working the engine. and the force coupler plays into that as well. So if you work the engine harder, you're going to hear it working harder. You're going to see heavier smoke. You're going to hear a deeper exhaust, and that coal is going to go down that much faster. You ease off the throttle a little bit, or you take some cars off the train, or you're coasting downhill. It's like taking the train brake off when you're cab 2. Wow. It'll just lessen the labor load. You'll hear the engine actually respond to all of that. And although Dave has the ability, and we haven't done it yet to where you can't actually run out of coal and your train will stop on you. We're considering that for some special people that we really love a lot on some things. But you still have that play value that if you want to stop for coal and refill, your engine will talk to you and let you know what's going on. And it's not just something that's thrown in there randomly. It's actually timed to how the engine is working.
Very neat. And James actually has a question. Will it have a swinging bell?
No swinging bell. The big boys' bells did not swing. They were just a clapper that swung. Yep. And plus, the way these are positioned over top of the smoke box out in front would be a bit of a difficult location to try and put that magnet switch in there, even if it were prototypical. There's a double smoke unit just inside that smoke box. So, as Dave says, sometimes I can't put more in, even if I want to.
And Richard also had a good question. Any add-on oil tenders or different tenders as well as a separate purchase?
Lots of add-on SKUs coming. As you know, whenever we do a big locomotive like this, there are always cool things to put behind it in the catalog. I'm going to save some of that for January when we're back on talking about the big C1 release. If I'm going to talk for 2 hours again in a catalog release, I got to make sure I save something for it. So
that's right.
We'll keep those. We'll keep some of those extra things for our Christmas in January. But for now, I think this gives you a good look, a sneak preview of what's to come, because the C1 catalog is always so full of good things. Big ticket items like this. We know this is something a lot of people have been asking us for. You've said that people are asking you for it, so we wanted to get it back. Felt the time was right to reissue. And the final pricing and all that will be announced in January with the catalog. You'll be able to pre-order it through Train World at that time. But just give you a chance to start, thinking about that and prioritizing over the next couple extra months to dream and plan.
Without a doubt. And Ryan, a couple of more questions and good questions coming in. Will the Excursion 4014 have matte or glossy finish?
We have a gloss finish for the whole piece now. It won't be split like we did on the first run, where the tender was sort of a little bit more dull than the others. So it'll be a gloss over the whole thing because they keep her pretty well polished.
All right.
The other in-service locomotives will have the standard matte finish on them.
Got it. And question on the big boy, will it have longer range Bluetooth 5 instead of BLE?
Well, it'll have Bluetooth. It'll have BLE 5.0 instead of 4.0. So anything in the Volume 2 catalog of this year and on has the Bluetooth 5.0 now, which is a great long-range increase over the Bluetooth 4.0 stuff. Right. So yes, this definitely will.
Awesome. And Randy, another good question. Do the chuffs alternate smoke from the stacks like before?
Yeah, and we took that feature out simply because it actually wasn't prototypical. So instead, we left the smoke unit in there and piped it over to the safety valves. So we made it more prototypical and added another smoke feature, basically.
Awesome. Very cool. And Peter's Trains, will 4000 have the chalk writing on the smoke box?
4014.
We might do that for the 4014 Excursion version. I don't think we have that plan for the 4000.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Very neat. A lot of good questions. This is going to be a home run. I know, Big Boy, as dealers, we're like, it's been done before. Do people still want it? Everybody wants a Big Boy. Everybody. And if you have a different one, you're going to want this one. It's just the newest, latest, greatest features, depleting coal load, different smoke features, the paint schemes, smoke deflectors. So there's a lot of great stuff. Apples and oranges. Will 4014 have the depleting, I'm assuming the tender, depleting coal
I told
yes.
him we can't put actual oil in it because electric trains and fluids don't go well.
Yeah,
together.
I asked.
He
I was
asked.
told no, that's not really practical.
Yeah.
I have
And,
to kill dreams every now and then.
Yeah.
there you go.
Also,
How
have
many
you seen the price of oil lately?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many chuffs per revolution?
It'll have drift chuff in it, which means it'll have 4 normal for each of the locomotive that will go in and out of phase with one another.
Okay.
It's actually a feature that we created for the original version back in 2014.
Well, and Anthony has a good question, which I'm not sure if you could be at liberty to say, but hopefully you could make some passenger cars to go with the excursion version.
Yep. Again, there'll be some things coming up in the catalog. Can't let all the cats out of the bag, but certainly you'll have some options to put behind your big boy when you see this in the January catalog for sure.
And we have one request for a pilot version of the big boy.
I don't know if we did that.
I don't think we have a catalog, but that wouldn't be a hard one to add.
Yeah, we could always add it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll not paint one for you.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. And Austin wants a Frisco steam locomotive that has a runaway bell. Okay. All right. Lots of good stuff. A lot of people are excited for this big boy. I think a lot of excitement for it and new, cool, different features. It's it looks mean, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And what radius will it run on?
It's very strictly 072.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of that is due to the more centipede style tender.
Got it. And if the people out there are wondering or upset, they don't have 072, a lot of people use the big boys as a mantelpiece. So what they do is they buy, a Vision Line big boy and they keep it on their mantle above their TV. And also Lionel did make a, I believe it's Line Chief big boy. No, not Line Chief.
Lion Master.
Lion Master big boy recently, which reduces the curve size. So
all the way down to 031 for the Lion Master line.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. So very, very cool. But yeah, it's a lot of nice stuff. And what are you guys most excited for on this?
I like the addition of the force coupler. Combined with everything else that it does, I think there's just a cool factor to that it adds so much to the operating experience when you're running one of our locomotives with that in there. I think it's one of the neatest Vision features that we've added to the line, and I think really something that I've yet to see another model train do that.
Yeah, I guess if I have to pick something I'm most excited about is to see the big boy with our new standard legacy features like the bicolor markers and the different whistle and bell choices. Mm-hmm. It's nice to see this is like one of the most famous steam locomotives ever, so it's nice to see it get the upgrade it needs.
Give it a try.
Ken, do you want us to run it for a bit and show off the sounds and stuff?
I don't know about that. Yes, of course. Everybody's gonna love that.
All right.
I didn't want to intrude.
With a 3-speaker sound system, we've learned not to try and compete with it. So.
Very cool.
And you can see the coal load slowly going down. This is in demo mode, so even though the big boy will deplete its coal as the engine runs around, you can also hold the brake slider on the cab remote, and that's kind of like a demo mode. So you can see how it's gone down. And then to refill it, you just hold the reset on the cab remote.
And how many speakers does it have in the big boy?
I think he's talking to us.
I can't hear him over the sound of awesomeness in front of us right now.
How many speakers does the big boy have?
Oh, that's good.
We have speakers in 3 speakers in there, 2 in the tender, 1 in the front of near the front of the smoke box, so that the sounds, not only you get sort of a stereo effect, but the whistle sounds, actually the whistle echoes from the tender too, but
Yes.
a lot of those sounds are more towards the front of the engine. Your crew talk is back towards the cab. So we've localized some of the sounds. The blowdown obviously is towards the back in the cab with the speakers in the tender. So we've tried to locate those sounds a little bit better so that it gets closer to the real thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful. Really nice.
Are we giving away one of these as well?
Yeah, we're that crazy. Yes. Yeah. So if you go on to our social media sites, you'll see a raffle there that you can enter and put your name in. And I believe it's
Is it the Lionel Facebook page?
Lionel Facebook. And
Cool.
when are we giving that away? Going through March.
Cool.
So
Really?
we'll
Wow.
one of those off there. So
That is wild.
we'll see your boxcar, Ken, and we're raising you a big boy.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I was gonna go a little crazy and throw in a foam finger next, but what's a better raffle than a big boy? Very neat. Wow,
Well,
excellent.
I'm going to sign up for this one too, so I could pull your boxcar with this big boy.
That's right. Well, I think maybe Lionel probably figured that out and may have done a no employees on raffles.
Yeah.
But
everybody's always ruining my jive.
All right, and
Dave
just
has a lot of aliases, but we think we found most of them.
and just to get this right for the consumer, because I'm sure a lot of our fans are going to be excited about that. But okay, let me see if I could bring this up on here. Hold on. So it is the Lionel Facebook page, and here, let me bring up a link. And so they're doing a great raffle that you guys really need to check out. So if you enter, you could win a big boy. It is true. They're not kidding around. Wow. Very neat. Make way for the big boy. Very neat. Cool. So if you guys get a chance, definitely make sure you sign up for that. That's awesome. Great job, guys.
Perfect.
So with that, I'm sure there'll be more big boy questions filtering in for a while, but we've got a whole host of additional new products that we would really love to share with you. And I'm gonna let Mike grab the product cam from me here for a little bit, and we'll go from the big boy maybe to something a little smaller. Let's start, since we've been talking about our Made in USA boxcars. Maybe we start there, Megan, and I'm going to let you take it away for a little while.
Sure, go ahead. First thing I want to talk about is actually over on the left over there, the Trippy Trolley. You really got to check out our social media pages. Just having it here sitting on a table doesn't do this thing justice. It has like ground effect lighting on it that alternates to all kinds of different cool colors. Just one of our really cool bump and go trolleys with a lot of heavy decoration on here. Again, everyone in the office just absolutely loves this one, and we've got it demoed on a few of our social pages, so you can check that one out. Next up, new to Lionel, some corner store buildings here with a unique deco. Something that our creative team does here is they really pack in a lot of decoration on our accessories here. We have a really good time coming up with all kinds of fun names and fun details on all of these lighted buildings. Not only does the interior light, but also the sign on the top of the building lights as well. And again, lots of cool decoration on Roscoe Flats, Holy Cow Donuts, and even a really cool and very loud bail bonds buildings. I don't know if you've ever driven down the street and seen one of these in your town, but very good. Loud, very bright, and very realistic corner store there. Up next, we have a bunch of our boxcar series. Yeah, we got the Railroad Heritage series with all kinds of different anniversaries that we like to celebrate. Got the Union Pacific there, as well as the Milwaukee Road. Those will be shipping soon. We also have some, if you see right back behind that Milwaukee Road one, I think someone in the comments was asking a little bit ago about the scare tank car. That one is so cool. It's actually sound activated so that when, you know, children come up or the sound of the locomotive running down the track's going to fill up that scare tank. If you've ever seen the movies there, you know, it used to be that they would, you know, fill with the child's screams and that would power the town. And then at the end of the movie, it fills with children's laughter. So it's got a gauge on the side of it that lights up to indicate that the scare tank is full and will help power your Disney town. Also awesome. Got some Ford and Chevy boxcars. You know, Ford and Chevy's done really well for us. It's always fun when the orders come in to see which one is winning this year, whether it be the Chevy or the Ford.
Always Ford.
Always Ford, according to Dave, who is a Ford owner. But not only do we have the boxcars there, you're going to see a lot of accessories that go along with this. We've got billboard packs. We've got buildings coming. We've got done buildings previously with Ford and Chevy on them. So again, always fun to see, you know, what brand or what type of car people like and have an affinity over. So fun to celebrate those types of things.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Ford and Chevy may have just came in. Yes. The dealers got them in. So I'm pretty sure we just got a big shipment from Lionel the other day, but I believe these are now in stores and in stock. And I just want to chime in real quick, Megan, and great presentation so far. The graphics on all these boxcars are truly amazing. And Mike, sorry, if you could go back to the UP engine one. I mean, that is a dynamite looking boxcar. Look how crisp the coloring, the graphics are. I mean, it actually looks like a 3D art painting, you know, coming right at you. It's just a beautiful boxcar. And, you know, a lot of these new Lionel boxcars, you know, even though it's, you know, a similar boxcar from what you had in the day, the graphics are not. They are new, you know, really high quality. It doesn't look like a cardboard cutout. It just looks like the train's coming at you. So Lionel really does a great job on all their boxcars.
Yeah, between either UV printing or decal work, it's come a long way from what it used to be. And again, we have a lot of talented people here in our group that really make these items just pop. You know, especially on boxcars where you've got quite a bit of surface area to print a lot of cool graphics. They really do, you know, let their imaginations run wild, and it does come across on these boxcars here.
And we got some Dodge fans saying they need some Mopar and Dodge. So maybe next year around.
There you go.
You need to get the licensing.
Yep.
You dodged that question.
And just to mention too, you know, we've got the Woody Walking Brakeman there and the Scare Tank. Cool. Those are on the water, so they'll be hitting you guys real soon here. Woody Walking Brakemans. So again, the Disney lines are always fun to do, but really cool to take an iconic Lionel boxcar with the Walking Brakeman here and turn it into something special by having Woody on the roof there.
That's awesome. You know what's amazing about these shows? Like we create the product listings. We look through the catalogs. We always like you know, I know the product inside and out. But every time we do a show and there's a new product showing, you learn something different. And for me, you know, seeing the Woody box car or the tank car that actually lights up and everything, it's a great, like, I don't know, refresher or showing to me, because sometimes when you look at a catalog, you can't really see that or hear it or know what they do. So Megan just talking about the features is really great to hear. And I'm going to try to send an email off to Lionel afterwards, and hopefully maybe we could get some of these clips that Megan was talking about on Lionel's social media channels, which I've seen some that have been spectacular, that shows off the details, or the trippy trolley. I saw that one, which was really unique. So we'll also try to send it out in an email, because I really think once you actually see the animation behind these products, I mean, it's really cool and unique. So and Austin is saying thanks, Megan. Great job.
No problem, Austin. If we wanted to move on to some locomotives back there, we've got the GP20 LC2 locomotive. Those are on the water now. Should be available to you here shortly. We've also got back behind there the 44-tonner locomotives. There are quite, and those are Lion Chief locomotives, so those are going to come with your remote control with them. We've got a lot of great road names on those. Not only do we have Amtrak, but we've also got Ford. We've got the Marines. So really cool different road names. And again, I think there's probably 5 or 6 road names on that.
And that was a locomotive we haven't done in years. Yep. So it was really nice to bring that back, especially in the Lion Chief line.
Yeah, and those have the Bluetooth on board, so you're getting the Lionel voice control and the VSR on board with those as well. Yep.
Very neat. Nice stuff.
If we want to move on to sets, and another one shipping soon, we've got the Anheuser-Busch Lion Chief 5.0 set. That should be arriving here within the next week or so. Comes with an 080 locomotive and vac car, as well as the vintage Anheuser-Busch graphics on there. This came out beautifully. We went back and forth. I think the last one that we did was a more modern Budweiser, and then we went back to the vintage look and feel here. And again, always having that vac car as an added touch in there really makes the graphics just pop on here, and has a really nice added detail to the Anheuser-Busch line. Anytime we do anything Budweiser, they go over really well. So excited to keep that line growing.
Really nice.
After that, we have the Christmas celebration, the parade set. That should be on its way as well, end of this month. What's really cool about that one is we've got the little Santa sculpt on the maintenance car, kind of wave into the onlookers. Very Christmas with the red, the classic red and green on there, Santa waving out to the onlookers on the maintenance car, and lighted caboose at the end.
Very nice. That's going to be a really great set. And Lionel Trains is, I always say, they're synonymous with Christmas. I mean, if you think Christmas time, you're thinking Lionel Trains underneath the tree.
This will be a beautiful one to go underneath your tree with the classic Christmas decoration on there.
Yeah, and for you collectors out there, what better gift to give than getting someone into the hobby with a Lionel Train set? It's really a part of American tradition. So that's really neat that Christmas Express is going to do very well this year.
Actually, if you see behind it, to complete your Christmas layout, we also have the Deer Dash building and the up on the rooftop Santa house. That Santa house is new to Lionel tooling. It's got lighted interior as well as the LED string lighting around the roof. Santa seems to be stuck up there, but I'm sure he'll make his way down the chimney to deliver all the goods that he's got there. That building came out really well, and I'm excited to show everyone again on the front porch and everything. It's got the LED lighting there.
Now, like, just an example like this is something that I probably saw in the catalog and just saw, a Christmas building, but just having that Santa stuck in the chimney, like, that's unbelievable. That's really cool that you're showing that off here. I think, once people see that, they're going to go crazy for it, for sure.
Yeah, it was a great day in the office when I was checking CAD designs for Santa's bottom end.
Yeah, it was fun asking the CEO for that tooling money also. Strangely, he had no trouble approving it.
No.
We need half a Santa.
Another building that's again new to Lionel Tooling is the transfer station. We've rebranded it as Deer Dash. So get your products quick and fast as a Deer Dash item come through. It also calls back a whole bunch of different fun, unique companies that we've come up with as far as SledX, getting some boxes on there, and the gentleman in the middle of the in the transfer station move back and forth as things within the building. So those guys just go down the track slowly. So we have a ton of product that goes back with the Deer Dash line. So expect that Deer Dash isn't going away anytime soon here.
And you've done that in several other versions as well. There's
yes.
What else have we had, Laurie? The Halloween one?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We did the transfer station as well. There's a Halloween version and then a generic version as well.
Very neat.
What else we got on the table there? We have the Western buildings too. Those are going to be shipping here shortly. Those are lighted buildings, new to Lionel Tooling, which are actually going to go really well with the Great Locomotive Chase set. That set here is also going to be hitting the water here soon. So you should get that by November, December timeframe. That comes with the 2 locomotives and the universal remote.
Yeah, and that universal remote is custom painted for the set too.
It is.
Very nice.
Is your cameraman's arms hurting?
Yeah.
The cameraman struggle.
Too many Red Bulls today.
You're doing great, Mike.
So after the Great Locomotive Chase, we have the Private Investigation Building, again, new to Lionel Tooling. On the left over here. Yeah. My left. A lot of fun coming up with, again, just really fun, unique decoration. Our creative team does a beautiful job, and they come up with all these custom graphics and custom companies that really make these things unique on your layout. And again, the interior on that is lighted and also has a garage door on the side that opens.
And Ryan, a lot of this, I guess these buildings look kind of like new buildings or new tooling. Are they from the purchase or whatever?
Yes. Yeah, some of this is some of our new tooling purchase
Okay.
a year or two back now from MTH. We've Lionelized some of these. So, for example, all the operating buildings, anything that's lighted will now have our plug, expand, play cord on there, so it's easy to plug right into your track system for power. That's one of the improvements we've made. We've made some deco changes. As we move along, we'll be making, I'm sure, some additional tooling modifications and so forth as we get to know the line better and come up with some more ideas to do things with. Mike has zoomed in on one of my favorites that Megan came up with here now, and that's the graffiti water tower.
What's really cool about this industrial water tower is that it comes undecorated, so you can really customize it and get your inner criminal on, if you want to say that, where it comes with a decal sheet of all kinds of different train related graffiti, clear stickers there, so you can decorate it in any way that you want. It all comes with a full alphabet too, so you can really customize it, class of 2000 or class of 1900. And I wrote on there, Lenny was here, for Lenny the Lion.
Very neat.
And that has the blinking red LED on the top of it as well.
Cool.
And then last but certainly not least, we have the coaling station here, upgraded for Christmas. We've done this quite a few years. It's been an active item in the line, but it's been a while since we've added some new decoration on it. So we did a Christmas version with Santa's Coal Works here, bringing naughty Christmas or naughty children coal since 1863.
That's funny. Cute.
And we also added, so there's lighting on the top as well as this year we added lighting on the bottom as well.
Beautiful.
I will give Mike a little break, and that's all I got to show today. But again, all these items shipping soon.
He's not getting a break.
Well, yeah. I tried.
Let's give him a 5-minute break. And
Probably a good idea.
We'll probably come up for a minute. Like Mike rest his arms, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the mid-range items as well in there. Megan already mentioned the Lion Chief 2.0 GP20. Also on the the table out there in a little bit, you'll see a production sample of the Operation Lifesaver Line Chief 2.0 Genesis unit. We talked about that, what was it, last July, Ken, I think, or we were talking about that? It seems like it's been a little while, but we had a great show with that one. Those are on their way to us now, as well as a lot of additional Amtrak units. The first round of those has delivered, and we've got more coming. So very excited about that. That was a very fast sellout for us. We've also got some of our Standard O rolling stock up there. One from the C2 catalog, the Western Maryland insulated boxcar is in now. Those cars came in early. Those were a C2 item, but they're already here. And so we've tried to put some lines, products back in the line that are scale and proportion or near scale and proportion with good trucks, obviously the die-cast trucks, metal wheels, operating couplers, opening doors, that type of thing, but not quite as many details as some of our high-end scale options. That it makes it really nice for those who are operating their trains and don't see the detail or don't need the detail, and helps keep the costs in line for folks. And then we've got some new scale features, some new scale pieces in here as well that we'll be talking about here.
And Ryan, while we keep on giving a little intermission, I just want to go over some of the dates that we have coming up for Lionel. This way, we kind of include that in. So let's see. On our event page, we have trainworld.com/events. So we have Angela Trotta Thomas and Lionel. We're going to be doing a great event with both parties, and it's going to be live on Train World TV or Facebook, Train World LLC. And that's going to be Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. So make sure you mark your calendars. Also, Lionel Trains is actually going to be coming to Trainland, which is great. We're very excited here. And Megan's actually going to be here.
Yeah,
Right, actually
coming in the first time to New York, so I'm excited to come and see you guys and see the store and get to meet everyone out there, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. So definitely stop in on that day, and we'll be having sales and a lot of great, hopefully new product and displays and all kinds of goodies for everyone. And then also don't forget about National Lionel Train Day, which is Saturday, December 3rd, 2022, the first Saturday of every December. So it's always a big event, and no matter where you live, there's I'm sure there's a dealer around you that's celebrating National Lionel Train Day, and it's a great thing that Lionel is doing for the whole train industry and the train community. So it's just really celebrating National Lionel Train Day and celebrating trains, and also celebrating the magic of Lionel Trains specifically. So I can't believe 122 years in the making. That's unbelievable. All right, is Mike ready to go, or he still needs a little more
ready
time?
or not, we're gonna make him. We're gonna make him go.
All right, shake those arms, Mike.
Let's talk about one of Mike's favorites, actually, since we're making him get back to work. Let's talk about our new solid rocket booster train. We've got a production sample here of some of the pieces from that set. This was in the Volume 1 catalog. These are the trains that carry the sections of the solid rocket boosters from Utah to Florida. And the full train's about a 13-car train plus, depending if they're moving one booster or two. And so we've got the whole train for you. You can either order this as a complete set with locomotive, 11 cars and the passenger rider car, or you can get the idler cars as a pack, or you can also get the rocket booster cars as a set, either with or without the load. So we tried to hit options for folks with different desires and different price points, but a really cool train. Each of the 5 flat cars has a cover on it that you can lift off. And then underneath the cover is a oh boy, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Now Mike's trying to hold the camera and open up the car at the same time. Wow,
he did it.
So yeah, you can take that cover off, and then you've got the different sections of the rocket booster inside there. Those can be taken off of the flat car and assembled into a 30-inch tall model of the rocket booster. So you've got a model within the model. A really cool piece. And then newly tooled to go with this train are our idler cars, including the car for the front of the train that has the 3 clearance bars wrapped around it. It's a really neat, unique piece. And our standard O box cars were actually the perfect prototype for this version.
Yep.
And so we've matched it up with the numbers of the cars that are in the train today. And you get those as a spacer car. So if you have this from earlier runs from MTH, you may want to pick up the spacer cars to go with it.
And those do have scale trucks on them.
Yes, they will have the scale die-cast trucks on those as well.
Very neat. And Ray had some nice comment. Nicely done for realism and dedication to our space industry. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is a pretty neat train. It started out with the shuttle program, but it's still in use today. They're still using these same cars and same boosters. And if you head out to see Golden Spike National Park, where the Transcontinental was completed, the place where these are built and then loaded is just a few miles down the road. It's sort of the last thing you see before you get to the site of the Golden Spike or this giant rocket booster plant. So pretty cool place and a little bit of history. This is sort of the last industry on that leg of the original main line. So it's fun to go out and see that. And then it travels all the way across the country. So you can run this behind Union Pacific, Kansas City Southern, CSX, Florida East Coast, whatever NS, whatever locomotives you want to use to pull the train or look right on it. Very, very cool piece.
Rocket fuel not included.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty expensive these days.
We've also got one of our new Husky stacks there. Those are on the water now. It's a die-cast well car, 2 containers. The containers have great graphics on them, opening doors. This is one of the sort of the more normal versions, but we also did a bunch of deco schemes with graffiti on the well cars as well. That's been a big thing for us. We were kind of nervous about bringing those into the market, whether people would like them or hate them. But as I'm sure you can attest, Ken, the sales have been great on the graffiti stuff. So we'll keep it coming. And then we've got some more cool locomotives to talk about here. We'll go small to big. First up is the 060, USRA 060 from the Volume 1 catalog. There is a lot of stuff crammed into this engine.
There sure is.
Dave's got a few more gray hairs over this one, but Dave, tell him about. There's even something cool in here that we didn't think we were going to have in it when we cataloged it.
Yeah, and I went into more detail on my last Demos with Dave show, so if anybody wants to see that, it's on our Facebook page. But the locomotive itself was too small to fit our standard legacy electronics board in it, so we had to put that into the tender. And when we did that, that left us with a little bit of additional real estate inside the locomotive. And with that real estate, we were able to put in the electronics for the swinging bell. So the little 060 locomotive actually has the swinging bell up there on top of the boiler.
Mm-hmm.
And so it swings along with the sound of the bell. Remember, we also did a Strasbourg version of the bell of this locomotive that has a fast bell. And so the bell wouldn't actually swing with a fast bell. So using a legacy cab controller, you can actually disable the swinging bell feature so that you get the fast swinging bell. So this locomotive actually has 10 different bell sound options, which is a first for us. It was honestly a lot of work on our software engineering from that standpoint, and very proud of where we got it. And definitely a feature that we can carry into the future products that feature the swinging bell as well. Very nice locomotive.
And next to that, we have the pre-production of our new Light 210.
Yep.
That looks nice.
Great Western number 90. Here you can see one of the early decorated versions of it. We've again talked a lot about these as well. These are just about wrapped up in production and will be shipping on their way to us very, very soon.
Yep.
That's really nice.
One of our brass hybrid locomotives, a combination of brass and die-cast construction, and all new design and tooling on this one. Just like the locomotive behind it, a bit bigger, the Union Pacific Challenger. These are the early versions of the Challenger, so a good bit different in appearance than the 3985 that a lot of us are more familiar with. These were in the Volume 2 catalog. Orders have been taken on that. The orders in these will deliver probably about middle of next year. So if folks are seeing this and looking forward to it, or you're on the fence and seeing all the details firsthand, or going back and looking at Dave's videos on these as well, give Train World a call and hope they still have a few extras on stock.
A
Beautiful.
lot of brass in that locomotive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Behind that, we have the Vision Class A, this year's Vision locomotive. Those are on the water. They're on the way to us. Those should deliver probably middle of November is what we're predicting based on transit times right now. So you'll have these in time for Christmas. This is the a production version. This is the earlier prototype unit, number 1200. So it's got that early front end on there, the more Y3 style tender. This was all new tooling from the ground up for us. As I mentioned, that was this year's Vision engine. We're debuting the 23 one today and working on the 24. So there's always a lot in cycle here on these locomotives.
And with the Vision, is it once a year or every 2 years for a Vision locomotive?
For new, never done before, it's every other year. So 2018, right, we did the Niagara. 2020, we did the GS series. 2022, we were doing the Class A. And then in 2024, we will have a new Vision something that's never been done before.
Wow.
But in the meantime, there's always demand for previous Vision locomotives. So that's why we go back and re-hit them again, simply because people may just not have gotten the chance to get it the first time. So we like to bring back Vision re-hits so people have a chance to get the ones they want. Makes
sense.
And then last but not least, in the legacy diesel world, we've got 3 of our new sea liners. These are also on the water. Ken, if you haven't figured it out yet, you've got a lot of trucks coming your way here over the next month or two. We've got 3 here on the table. One is the Fairbanks Morse demonstrator scheme, which turned out beautifully. My personal favorite, and I can't quite lay a finger on why, but I just really think the deco scheme turned out great, is the New Haven. And then just for you, Ken, here at the very end,
here we go.
That is a Train World exclusive, Long Island in the Tichy scheme.
Very cool
for this locomotive.
That's a pretty neat scheme.
That's a really cool looking locomotive, and glad we could do that one for you.
Thank you.
Those are available exclusively through Train World, and will be on their way to you as soon as they hit our dock here. We'll get them turned real quick for you.
That's a very neat locomotive. It's hard to tell with the black trucks, but 4-wheel truck on the front and a 6-wheel truck in the rear, which makes it a very unique diesel engine.
Beautiful. Really nice stuff. Really great job. All right. I think you guys displayed it all. Just tons of product.
Well, we wanted to give everybody kind of a nice overview of the full range of what we do here at Lionel in O-Gauge, and everything that's heading your way. If it's not here already, it's going to be soon. We're a lot more fortunate this year than we've been in some past years in terms of factory production timing, and just shipping as well. Up to this point, has been a lot more reliable than it was last year through the second quarter. So we've got a lot of things in stock. A lot of things that we hope that would make the year this year are going to make the year as planned. And if you have some of these planned for your holiday season, you should be very happy and lucky this year to get everything that you've ordered. So we're looking forward to having a very good fourth quarter to come.
Awesome. And Ray has a great comment. Lionel knocking it out of the park for sure. It's tons of product on display. This was great. And you know what's funny, Ray? I'm writing down notes as we go, because I find out things that I didn't know about, and I want to highlight and focus, because it's a lot different seeing it as a consumer, and seeing it virtually as opposed to just a static picture. It's a lot different. So you guys coming on and showing all the great products that you have to offer was really helpful. So we really appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity to do this. The catalog is a great way to introduce product to people, but there's only so much you can show in there, and sometimes there's nothing better than being able to see it in 3 dimensions. And for a lot of people around the country, this is the best way that we can get that out to you and reach you. We know that these forums reach thousands of people thanks to just the initial broadcast time, but then also living on in social media. So Ken, you don't really have to take notes because you can just rewatch this on Train World TV after the production is finished and get all the information all over again.
That's right. But now I got to reach out to everyone and make sure that they rewatch it and catch all the exclusive highlights. But here at Train World, we carry all the Lionel product, and Lionel is shipping so much product out to us. It is incredible. So I just want to show you guys how you guys could reach all the great Lionel product. So we list it really easy. If you're looking for new arrivals, you could go to New Arrivals, O-Scale, and drop down to Lionel Trains. So over 100 new arrivals, and new arrivals are product that arrived in our warehouse for the past 90 days, and tons of products rolling in, and great products. So there's tons of good stuff, and everybody goes crazy over the new arrivals because once they come in, there's a good chance they're going to sell out quickly. So make sure you get it. We didn't talk about it today, but the 2022 Christmas boxcar, always a home run. That staple, that gift that you give to everyone year after year, that just came in as well. So lots of great items scrolling in, and here are the 280s that just came in recently. The 412-2s, what a huge engine, beautiful engines. 280s. The ES44s just came in, beautiful paint schemes, and people are gobbling them up. So these probably won't last long. The ES44s are looking beautiful. Pacifics, great paint schemes, great colors. Lion Chief Plus, and this is the North Pole Central. So again, tons of product. SD40-2s. So lots of good stuff. These Union Pacific Desert paint schemes, the P42 or Genesis engines, really beautiful. This engine, very limited. So lots of great stuff you got here. And then also lots on pre-order. The big boys, I saw a lot of questions on the big boys for pre-orders. We don't have any pricing or product numbers yet. Hopefully the Lionel team will tell us sometime around January. But pre-orders, we're taking a lot of pre-orders. Dave, the Lionel Base 3, any update on that just real quick?
Yeah, we've been continuing to work on it, and even with a couple of challenges, we're destined to make it the best that we absolutely can. So you'll see that delivering, sometime mid 2023, along with the Cab 3 app release. So we just keep making it better and better every day. And thank you for everybody's patience. And I'm glad that there seems to be a lot of excitement surrounding it. And Ken, you're certainly sending us a lot of orders for it.
You got it. This command station, the Lionel Base 3, is crazy. Everybody wants the newest, the latest, the greatest. And at Train World, Lionel has put together some great videos, and we actually include it on our product listing. So if you're looking for a how-to, or if you're looking for the Cab 3 plus a Base 3, we have it on our Train World site, and we're thankfully, with the help of Lionel, they were able to get some great video footage, so we're using it. And we also give great tutorials and instructions. And also for Lionel, we have put together some great Lionel help sheets. So what is Lionel Legacy? Lion Chief plus 2.0. So some really great stuff we got here. But pre-orders, we take pre-orders on so much Lionel product. There's over 400, close to 500 pre-order items through Lionel, and we carry it all. We stock all of Lionel's product that they make. We're a huge dealer. We have a great partnership with Lionel. They are amazing manufacturers and really have done wonders for the train industry. And really, the train industry is because of Lionel Trains, if you think about it. But tons of great product here. And again, the built to order stuff, it's limited quantity. So once we come close to the numbers, we deactivate it. Ryan, do you want to go over the built to order process and why it's so important to pre-order when you hear about product?
Absolutely. So it's been quite a few years now since we started transitioning to this model, but it's helped us ensure that we don't overproduce, but also that we don't underproduce, because we were doing a fair amount of both of those prior to this coming along. And what this basically means is when the catalog comes out, we have usually about a 6-week order window that comes along with that. And during that window, we do as much of a push as we can to answer everyone's questions. You'll see us here on Train World TV. You'll see us in person at shows. You'll see us on our own social media, so that you can make an informed pre-order if you choose to do so. You get your orders into your dealer, to Train World. Train World then has a little bit of time to put that all together for us. They send us how many they want, and we collect that from all of the dealers around the country. And then aside from a handful that we will make for customer service or things like that for parts or a licensor sample, what you guys have ordered is what we'll produce. So if you get a pre-order in, you're pretty well guaranteed you're going to get that product. Now Train World's very good, and they also try and forecast a little bit. So they think they've been in this business for almost as long as Lionel has, I think, at this point. And they're really good at knowing what the market wants. So if they see an item they think is hot, they'll order a few extra for the ones who may have missed it in the catalog or want to wait and see it in person. But a lot of even that ordering, I think, helps them if they see 50 orders for pre-orders for something versus 25, then I think that's something they might lean a little bit more heavily towards. So we highly encourage you to put in a pre-order. Train World's pre-order policies are great. They're very flexible with things, and that basically secures your piece when they all come in, so that you don't have to scramble. And it also guarantees that you getting those at the pre-order prices that Train World puts out there on things as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I saw some questions about, do you have this? Is Lionel doing a sea liner in Pennsylvania Railroad? Yes, they are. Yep. And I just want to show people how easy it is. If you're looking on the pre-orders, you sort by Lionel Trains. You could actually sort by the style engine. So you said you wanted a sea liner. You click on sea liner, you see there's 14 engines there. So it's going to just show the sea liners. We break it down by the engine style. If you're looking for a specific road name, we have tons of, these are all Lionel road names that they're producing. So you could sort by road name. So Union Pacific, Pennsylvania, if you wanted Pennsylvania, 19 Pennsylvania. So it's really easy. It's made for someone who's looking for trains, or someone who's just new to the hobby. So we're trying to make it easy and accessible for all. Just like Lionel, they make it trains accessible for all types of people. So we're doing our best to kind of be flexible and have the modern day train consumer as well as the everyday beginner. But Lionel is a great partner of ours, and we really appreciate them coming on the show tonight and really closing out this segment for the virtual train show for the whole week long. And what they have on display was fantastic, and we're constantly getting shipments in from them. I believe yesterday we just got another shipment from them, so we're calling and processing all the pre-orders, and we're getting them through. But Lionel has been on target for this year's shipping product and getting it out ready in time for Christmas, and they're definitely ahead of the game so far. So lots of good stuff, and lots of good comments coming in, and we appreciate it, Arnold. Yeah, we really appreciate it. And Lionel, thank you guys so much. You guys, everyone has been fantastic, and the big boy, wow, what an amazement. Just really neat.
Well, we want to thank you. I hope that when this is over tonight, you'll go home and drink some honey and warm milk and start giving your voice a rest after 6 nights of this. I give you a lot of props. What you guys are doing out there is a huge help to all of us in the industry and everybody in the hobby, because some of us get to enjoy that from both ends too. So we ship stuff to Ken, and then Ken ships stuff to Dave and I. It's kind of a weird circle that way, but it's a fun business to be in. You can't ask for a better job, especially this time of year. But we want to thank you and your father and the entire team at Trainland and Train World who put out that great service for the customers and help bring what we do to life.
Well, we couldn't do it without you guys, and thank you for always making it exciting and going above and beyond, and just showcasing your products. It actually felt like a true train show. It was awesome, really neat, and hopefully we brought it to people's homes inside their homes, and that's the whole goal of things. So everybody could kind of see what Lionel Trains are out there to offer. So. Ryan, Megan, Dave, Mike, the Lionel team, thank you guys and gals so much. We really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. And you could get all your Lionel Trains at trainworld.com. And if you guys have any last minute words, we'll close it out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Come see Megan at Train World.
Looking forward to seeing you in November.
Thanks, everybody.
Good. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this whole weekend long. Thank you. Have a great night.